Hello and welcome to Top of the World. I knew this morning was coming, so we've had a week of just the most extreme temperatures. Most of the week's been below minus 35 degrees C. Some of the week's been below minus 40 C. Well, as I've explained, minus 40 centigrade and Fahrenheit are the same thing. Anyway, then the west wind blows, right, which is the wrong wind for us. It's pushed the polar vortex north, brought a warm west wind. We've gone from minus 44 to plus 4 in 48 hours. Naturally, everywhere that's not properly protected, the pipes are frozen, the water has burst the pipes, that's now thawed, and my waterman, my Vatton man from the commune municipal council, he's rung me, told me there's multiple major leaks in the village. There's a surprise. So off we're going, silly early doors this morning, to open up as many houses as I can to find out which of the incoming water pipes has burst, which means flooded cellars. Here we go. Here it is. So the only one, going to ruin my night vision here, the only one I might have been semi-worried about is this one. And some of the cellars don't get cold. Anyway, it's extremely cold in here, even though it's warm out there. It'll take a few days to warm up here. So this is the cable I put on these pipes down here, and this is the exact reason why I done it. So you can see, although it's not very evident, this cellar's frozen solid. And this is where it's going to burst. It's going to burst in the floor there, or it's going to burst in this section of pipe here. Well, of course, I've got this heat cable, which is hot, wrapped all around the pipework. So we're all good. So this is the last of the whole run of houses that's got live water to it, that I've got keys for, that I try and manage. Well, it looks like the trying's paid off, because I don't have a problem in my houses. That is that's the last of the ones that I'm oh, the wind. It's really strong wind. Okay, I'll give you an update. It's now midday. So the village pump, the big water pump we have here in the village, and the water reserves, the pump's now been switched off. So what we know for sure is there is a huge leak somewhere between me and the other end of the village, or the middle of the village, where the pump is. I went round and I checked all the houses that I managed this morning, and they're all fine, or as I suspected, because I'm either running heat in them or I've got heat cables on the pipework. So all my customers, well, they can rest easy because I've done my job. However, now the pump has been switched off, the main pump in the village, we have no water. That's not good. That's not good on a whole number of reasons. No water means no toilets, no running water, etc, etc, etc. For me personally, none of that's the problem, because I have stored water. The problem for me is, you can see on the top of my building, I have a big furnace light running in the middle of the building. Is that a problem? Only if we use electricity. If we lose electricity, I've got to put that out. And you can't just douse it out, but I've got no water pressure to put it out with. But worse, because we've got the water turned off, I've got no fire hoses. And I've got fire hoses on every level of that building. I've reinstated all the fire hoses from when it was a school, and I rely on my fire hoses just in case anything ever gets out of hand. I've got fire hoses, because the firemen, by the time they get here, that's just going to be a big pile of ash. So I won't speak out of turn too quickly. Is this a case of ignorance and bad management? Yeah, it should be no surprise. We've had -40 for a week, -35, -40 all week. And today, westerly wind, +5. So I was up early this morning and ready, and I was expecting the phone call, because I knew if there is a day when the main pipes are going to burst, it's going to be today. And I'm suspecting, although we haven't found the leak yet, it's one of these houses that I don't have the keys for, that have got live water inside, and the water mains coming into the cellar has burst. And we have like reserves in the village. Well, the water reserves are out, done. So somewhere between midnight last night and 7 AM this morning, a huge leak has occurred and it's emptied the village reserves. So now we have no water and no reserve water. Anyway, so the two guys from the local commune, municipal council, the water guys, the Vatten guys, they've had to go and get reinforcements. So I've come back here so that we can have a cup of coffee and I can let the hund out just while we're waiting for reinforcements and more equipment to come down. Now, I've been out digging all the valves and stuff to allow easier access. So now what it's a case of is on this main run through this village here, they've literally got to walk down at every building, find the valve, shut the valve off, and then we can identify how far down the leak is. Further update, backup has arrived. It's not that, and it's not me, and we're at end of line. So with some new equipment, firstly they have to dig, okay? So the extra men that have arrived, they're having to dig up all the valves, obviously because everything's under snow and ice. So I can kind of show you what I mean here. So there's two valves. There's one, that's the main one. That one there, that goes off up that road there. That's the main line that goes off to there. And then I did scrape all this, push it about with the tractor, and then here's mine. Okay, and that goes up there and in there. And I've pushed all this back, and there's two valves. That's one, the main line, and underneath that is another. The main line comes through the middle here. That valve there goes that way. That's good. This valve here goes that way. The valve is broken. So if it is broken in there in the cellar, that can't be turned off. But it's not this side. They're all good. So, and it's not this one here. Could it be further up there? Yeah, it could be. Between there and the pump. And the pump you can't quite see. It's just round the corner there. It is the next morning. It's continued to warm. And there's quite strong winds, which means we might have a problem with the camera. Advance notice. Did they find the leaks? Multiple leaks. Multiple leaks. So in the centre of the village, almost next to the pump house as it happens, there's an old kindergarten and a couple of rows of apartments where they're also empty, vacant, and multiple hoses, multiple water pipes coming into the buildings had burst there. So they've shut that entire complex off now, and the rest of the village has got water. Now, one of the consequences, there's lots of consequences of it suddenly warming in the winter, right? Loads. Firstly, everything turns to ice, which is really bad, but you've got roof shed. And I come out this morning and I immediately looked behind me there and all the snow's gone from the roofs. See? All the snow's gone. Which means it's gone from this roof here as well. So that's what we left up with. Now I have to move this because if I don't, it will freeze solid. So not only is it giving lateral pressure to the walls, which is not good, this is where all the yard drains in the spring, so all that has to go. That's cleared that. Now I can get back to doing what I was going to do, which I was actually working on wood. So I've got a lot of stillages out here, ready to fill up with wood, mind the ice. So they're empty, so I've got to take them back round to the woodshed and fill them up. But just before I do that, I want to see if I can clear the weight off my temporary structure there. It's not the best view of what I'm going to do, granted, but you're not going to fall over. What is happening here? How is this even possible? So we got -40 to +7. Right, and this is accelerating since I've been inside. Look at this. It's water. Do I have studs in my boots? No. Am I really good at ice skating? Oh yeah. Ask my children. I'm really good at ice skating. I go really fast. Right. How are we doing in the woodshed? I've got a little bit there to get out, and then we're on our path down there. So this was this wasn't quite full. I'd already taken a couple of rows out of here when we filled up the cellars. So where are we now? Yeah, we're about quarter empty, third empty. more wood. I've got to pull that inside now and then drop it down the hole and stack it with the rest. Anyway, it's too warm for all this. I should have delayed a long time ago. But that's all I've got for you today. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Give it a thumbs up if you like the content. You know, all that good stuff. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.